Hello, everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, the first episode of the Hobbit standard, we're gonna play a little Beorn the Fierce bear deck. So, not really a bear deck, but more of a changeling deck, and we got some bear demons in this deck. So, here is the idea that I looked at for Hobbit. One of the new cards I want to try is Beorn the Fierce, a 5 mana 6/6, which is already pretty good stats. Legendary creature, bear, shapeshifter warrior, trample. Other bears you control gets +2/+2, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a trample counter on up to one target creature you control, and it becomes a bear, in addition to its other type. If you control 3 or more bears, draw 2 cards. And the biggest thing to note here is just like Unholy Annex, it says if you control 3 or if you control bears, not bear creatures. But what that means is Firdoch Core help us trigger one more on the Beorn the Fierce counter, or not counter, the ticker, the counting on bears, right? So if we have 2 Firdoch Core plus Beorn, we get to draw some cards. That is the idea that I had for this deck. Now, of course, we're not just holding on to Firdoch Core. We also have Mutable Explorer, which is another shapeshifter, or another changeling, and we have Chomping Changeling, which is another changeling. So, funny enough, this bear shapeshifter warrior is not a changeling, even though all the other shapeshifters are changelings, but it doesn't matter because good enough, right? These are going to be bears themselves. So the ability to turn our creatures into bears doesn't even matter for this deck. They are all already bears. The only time they would matter is that we turn one of our demons into a bear demon, if you will, and that is still pretty cool. So the whole deck plays off already the Core plus Annex combo to get the demons, but now we can also get additional card draws from Beorn. So to get this sort of combo synergy going, of course we need a lot of early game removal into a turn 3 ramp with the Mutable Explorer, into turn 4 Professor Dellian, or turn 5 or 4 mana Dellian or 5 mana Beorn, right? So that is the idea that I have for this deck. But with the recent bans, the whole meta has entirely shifted to Jeskai Revelation. I hate that this is where it went. I'm not unsatisfied with the ban. I think that was a good ban. The Badgermo Cub, the Storm Chaser's Talon, and Grand got banned. Those are the right cards, I think, to get banned. Now, if I were to be able to ban one more card, it would probably be Tablet, but Tablet is still in. So we got to be able to take out Tablet, so I put in Chomping Changeling and Maelstrom Pulse. Both are pretty good at taking out tablets. Chomping Changeling because, of course, it's also a changeling for our bear counter. And then Maelstrom Pulse can take out multiple tablets at once. But not only that, we have Intimidation Tactics, which can take out a tablet from our opponent's hand. 3 Duress to hit the Jeskai Revelations. And then we have 2 Ancient Vendetta, because we can really get into a deck and take out all the combo pieces from that deck. So that is how I plan on playing this deck. I also have 4 Professor Dellian Fel as the greater win con in the long run, because landing a Professor Dellian Fel is kind of like the olden days landing Jace the Mind Sculptor, right? If you can stick it, you win the game. It doesn't really matter what else your opponent's doing. It's just so much value out of one card. So that's our plan, and we got a lot of removals to kind of back that up, and that's kind of how we're going to go about it. So let's go through the whole deck list. Turn 1, we got 3 Duress, 2 Tactics, 2 Hex, and 2 Ghost Vacuum. So we got a lot of different variations to fight, because we're in the best of 1. Right? Duress against Control, Intimidation Tactic against either Creature or Tablet decks, Requiting Hex against Aggro decks, and Ghost Vacuum against Combo decks. Graveyard Combo, to be specific. That's the whole idea. Turn 2, we have 2 Shoot the Sheriff and 1 Soulstone. We don't have as many turn 2 plays. That's because we have some tap lands, and most likely we're going to turn 2 play a 1-drop. Whereas in Soulstone will be a very good turn 2 play. Shoot the Sheriff is just to help us survive longer. Turn 3 is where we really pop off. We have 8 ramp cards in 4 Firdoch Core and 4 Mutable Explorer. So we get to turn 3, we get to ramp, and then we can really go off from there, because turn 4 we get to have a 5 mana play like Beorn. Along with that, if our opponent's playing tablets, then we can Chomping Changeling them. If our opponent has any Planeswalkers, we can Maelstrom Pulse them. And if nothing else is going on, we play Unholy Annex and we draw cards and we win the game that way. 4 mana, we got 2 Vendetta and 4 Professor. And 5 mana, we got 2 Beorn. And then finally, we have 2 Day of Black Sun. This is probably the weakest part of the deck, because I don't know if I need to board wipe, but because I'm not running that many Shoot the Sheriffs, I don't have as many creature kills as I would normally like, so hopefully this can catch most cards, you know, in a sweep. You can also cut this for a Deadly Cover-Up, which isn't too bad, but because we have a lot of creatures, I'm a little bit hesitant on just covering up my own cards, but that is, you know, definitely a reasonable replacement. And finally, the lands. We have 3 swamps, 4 forests. You gotta have a lot of basic lands because, as I've seen a lot of YouTubers been doing, they're running a lot of land destruction cards. So you gotta be prepared for that, because if a lot of YouTubers are doing it, you gotta bet a lot of people on the arena is gonna be copying them, and you're gonna see, you know, your Price of Freedom. You're gonna see your Avenger Disassemble. So these are a necessity. And then we have 4 Blooming Marsh, 4 Overgrown Tomb, 1 Underground Mortuary, 4 Wasteful Verge, and then 2 Restless Cottage to get more Graveyard Exiles. And then, like I always have, some Hamlets in the deck. 2 Petrified Hamlets, naming Bossing Say, usually to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed by value, or naming Fountain Pour to make sure that our opponent doesn't get too many cards. So that's the whole idea of the deck. Let's go into the game to see how well we will. Alright, our opponent is MenteFria. MenteFria. Mendoza. One goes first. I mean, we got 2 lands. Another land will be able to play the game. I think Duress turn 1. What would they take here? Annex? Or Professor? If they take the Black Sun, then I know they're bored. Like, they're gonna go white, but I doubt they would. So, they'll probably take Annex. The best card. Most card of Annex. Oh. Eye for an eye. No eyes. No eyes on either side. Well, we're not going to hit land, so I'm going to be pretty sad about this. They have 3 lands. They have 3 lands. We have a 2-lander. We have 4 lands. What letter of back was that? Get it? This is literally the only tap land in the deck. They're like right here. I'm keeping this Shoot the Sheriff. They could have another blow letter. I'm gonna need it. Or here? The Annex. Hey, they can't Duress us twice, right? They Duress us once. We have 2 impactful cards. Actually, no, we only have 1. God damn it. Gotta play Annex. Wow. It's insane. Is that a good play for you, buddy? That is a good play in his eyes. Black Sun, mana value 0, right? This is mana value 0. Black Sun for 0. I keep the instant speed Shoot the Sheriff. Gonna crack his Annex. I'm gonna play the regular Annex because I still can't draw a land. I'm gonna hold up my Shoot. I think that's better than Intimidation Tactic here. Oh god, a land. They do exist. They already dressed me twice. Now, whatever creature they play, I'm gonna shoot it down. The Outlaw. Intimidation Tactic really isn't gonna get much. I don't think this deck runs that many artifacts. I mean, they may spread on the board. Far half my hand. Ooh. No. 4, 5, 6. I gotta sack 3 permanent. A lot of permanents to sack. We are draining them. Oh, why I kicked the Professor Dellian. Yo, dude, did you just kill yourself? Okay. Do you not know how your cards work? Alright, our opponent is Zuccaro, the Virtuous. Goes first. This hand only has 3 mana. Funny. We have Firdoch Core, so... Oh, now I have black mana. That's something, dude. What, Strangled Cemetery? Alright, we're playing against starter decks. Bat. Bat gone. Done? I don't want to show them a Restless Cottage. Not like I get to play time soon. Gotta hide it. I have lots of land to play anyways, so I can hide it for a turn or two. Starscape Cleric. Alright, whenever they gain life, we're gonna lose life. Plan. They miss a land drop, so... what their plan is. We can't beat regular decks, we can at least beat decks that get mana screwed. Lunar Convocation. You're not gaining life or losing life, so... Oh. Hey. How's it going? That is a play. Play I can do later. So... don't need to play the Hamlet. I'm not drawing a card either way.
Mediocrity will not be tolerated. Be gone from my presence.
So, if he gains and loses life in the same turn, which none of these are doing, he gets to have a bat. Lose? Okay, he's just gonna bitter triumph.
Endings arrive
Suddenly. No, those are both life losses. That's an Annex. Name here, Starting Town? That's not very good. Fountain Port? I don't think they will run Fountain Port in their large colored deck, but it does lose life, so. Alright, then we'll Annex. Annex? Annex. We shall chomp. Nice Lunar Convocation. It would be a shame if someone chomped it down. Alright, and we get Ancient Cornucopia. We Cornucopia their Starscape deck or their Convocations. Amalia? Yeah, I'm not afraid of Amalia. I don't think they go that hard. Probably the Lunar Convocations if I were to even play it. Starscape Cleric. Oh, dude, that's something. I don't fly. So, would take down one of the Starscape Clerics. But none of those can block. Yeah, what am I worried about, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can core into deck. You have Hex in the deck. Probably the better idea.
I need answers. You're dismissed.
Goes vacuum. Or yeah, lunar convocation. I mean, yeah, my Ancient Vendetta was naming either one of those cards, the Convocation or Starscape Cleric, but he did just play them back to back, so I didn't get to do it. He also put himself at 5. So, it's gonna erode me? Is that really gonna help you there? I will just attack you with the Firdoch Core. Aye. Good game. I don't know what his plan was. Here you go, you're dead. See? Sure. I mean, you can always beat an opponent when they're Mana Spheres. Alright, our opponent is Picci. Picci? Picci? Picci. Go first against Picci. That's just Peach. Come on. Come on, Picci, let me play my land. Okay, I guess we're gonna have this again. Freaking fantastic. How's anyone supposed to enjoy Magic in today's world? Rather go out and play EDH, which, like, not a fun format for anyone who actually wants to play Magic, doesn't just want to interact with. I don't know. Commander is really fun if you're playing with a group of friends, but it's just not a good way to, like, it's socialization first and Magic the Gathering second. Whereas if you play Arena, you get into this kind of shenanigans where you gotta wait a whole minute before you can play the game because your opponent is on a toilet. And they do this kind of stuff. Okay, let's... I mean, if they spell Pierce that I can't counter anyway, press them. They're so slow. Good stuff, Pierce. Okay, counterspell the deck. I mean, that's 3 annexes, so I don't really got a choice in what I play, right? I'm gonna consult. Spell Pierce and consult is a craps. That craps deck. Yeah, Hex. Really worthless. Tablet. Good for our opponent. The land. Oh, that is a lovely card to draw. Oh boy, he's gonna regret all of his life choices. I guess he can kill the Chomping Changeling, so we don't actually at least get that back. Raid our Changeling? Okay, well, 1 for 1. I don't have any cards, but get rid of that. He doesn't get the mana. Great Hall. Cost 5, right? It doesn't have time right now. Let's just deal a lot of damage to ourselves. Intimidation tactics. Not what I wanted to do here. If I make a bear, it probably just dies. Or make a demon. Look at his hand and see what he's playing. Improvisation, capstone, and we say nay. Okay, we're gonna hurt ourselves even more. Lovely. Doesn't turn the Grey Hall on. Does he? If he doesn't turn it on, we're gonna turn it off. Okay, turn it on. We're gonna turn it off. You say nay, I say yay. Wow, okay. We say nay, counter unless you pay 2. First, name the Grey Hall of the Biblioplay. Then, if we played it, we have 1, 2. Have enough. For the Firdoch Core. Right? Counter unless you pay 2. That's the only card he has. I did not have another play, so it was fine with us. Nation Tactic, another Petrified Hamlet. He's gonna get the capstone. Very next turn. And yeah, I don't like that. There's not much I can do to stop that. I could draw a Duress with her. Seems pretty difficult. He did have a play. Or maybe he's just playing full promo. Got burst lighting on. Okay. I can't play anything else. I could draw a card. I think it's still worth it. Turn this into there. Gotta discard a card. Or 2 cards. Alright, he's gonna capstone and hope to win off the back of that. Got Thor. I don't think that's good enough. Get to name 1 card. Don't get to play it though. We have a 6/6 trample, so. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Attack, win. I mean, that seems pretty fun, right?
My job is to teach. Yours. Check. I knew
the sound bug is back. I'm pretty sure everyone can hear it. Everybody tramples. GG. We buried him to death. Alright, our opponent is a heart. I have a heart. Let me win. Festive Fighter. Alright, we go first. So there's a cat. I have 3 drops. 3 drops, 3 drops, or 3 drops. Crazy thing about this is bears. These are bear creatures. The Firdoch Cores are bears. Very fun. Now I could just get Duress, so I don't get too far from that. Now Duress here. Sundown Pass, so another one of those decks. Do I name Thor? We name Thor here. Yep. I have no instant, right? gonna land destruction me. Big Fang Fu. 4. Mine. Sorcerers. Flashback back to your dash. No idea. No idea what's going on. So confused here. I could draw 2 cards with Beorn. Actually, not too bad. Can I draw 2 cards? No, I can't. Right, that's. I don't get 2 bears. I only get 1 this one. I'm gonna name Demolition. And I could just play out Dellian. How would they fight Dellian? It's indestructible. This is destroy, not exile. So I cannot hit Mindstone. If I played this, I will only have 1, 2, 3 mana. That's not really good. Dellian.
It's Professor Dellian Fel. Thank you.
Oh, or maybe I get a Duress.
Go ahead.
Almost a Duress.
Impress me.
Arc of Hunger. Arc of Go Away. See, that was a great idea. Arc of Hunger. Oh, and I got a Ghost Vacuum? That is not fair to our opponent. I want more cards.
Learn something useful.
I learned something useful. Just double core into it. Not too bad, right? Other play. Attack him for 2. Exile. That sorcerer's Jigger. Now our bear draws us 2 cards. Who could pass? Better flash it back right now, because I'm gonna have to name Arc of Hunger. Or at least he plays it here. No? Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana, not enough for Vendetta. The Arc of Hunger. Broke a Midnight Authority, alright. Definitely Arc of Hunger deck. Nope, he's out. GG. Haha. Yeah, didn't like your combo piece getting taken out, did you? Alright, our opponent is FatherDagon. Oh wait, that's Dagon. You are not a dragon. My opponent goes first. Okay hand, right? Got a little bit of something. Let's start us off. What are you playing? The tablet. Got a null. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're getting a node. On a Mutable Explorer. If he has blue up, getting a node. Doesn't have blue up. Does not have blue up. We go death to our enemies? Right. I don't really care that much about the getting the core down. I think we break his death to our enemies first. Like, the core down is great, but this locks him out of mana. Of course, then he would just draw it. Didn't draw it. Underground Mortuary, come on, you could have named better than that. Alright, so here is Firdoch Core. I will Duress you. Bray or Firdoch Core, okay. You are gonna Duress him. He has a get loss. And consume. Other consume. We're both in a bit of a land bind, but my land bind is not as bad as his. Especially because I can do that. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I named here with the Ancient Vendetta. Oh no, that's still not it. If I play Dellian, probably just gets lost. Better if I just Mother Explorer. I don't see him use the loss kind of soon. Gotta figure out what he's playing. This is more death to our enemies. Because of that. I guess we Dellian Fel here.
Effort. Your assignment is due.
Not a Duress. Would have been great if it was. You can hit Uvia.
This was a dead end.
Felt like he didn't have anything, right? I want Dellian Fel again. Map token though?
Follow my instructions, and you might survive. Some lessons are painful.
Already put a land? Oh, I did play the land.
Back to your seat.
I mean, does he want to just crack the death to our enemy? Lock up here. I probably should name Improvisation Capstone. Heck, I'm pretty sure that's what it's in. We could just do it. 4. Okay. What's he gonna hit? Looks again? I suppose. Do I just Vendetta to Thor? Thor is a pretty good card.
These are the answers
That's
I
a
need.
creature for me? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm so confused. Well, he doesn't have blue, so he can't annul. Is this the best time to use for? Gonna... What just happened? Did I mess up the mana? I guess I did, huh? I mean, I've only drawn lands anyway, so I don't think it mattered as much. But yeah, can't mess with the mana. Could have Vendetta Thor here. Why I kept up Hex. Rest it. No. I'm pretty sure this deck runs Capstone, but I'm even more sure that they run Thor. Play a lane yet? Not play a lane. So if I 1, 2, 3, I think the Thor God of Thunder. There's one more. Oh, that's just bigger. One is like there's 4 Jeskai Revelations and an Improvisation Capstone. All right, well that deck is stacked. No one's. Check it out, I drew a land. That's not happening like that. Oh, okay. Bring him to 1. You can't use shock lands. We'll see. Ah! We beat him. We beat Jeskai Revelation deck. With all your fanciful draws, you're no match for my lands, huh? Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Demon Bear games, how does this deck feel? Well, I gotta say, this deck is not the deck that I had in mind. Let's put it that way, right? I thought it was going to be the Demon deck, just with bears on top. But because of what the band has did in the current meta, a lot of the old strategy is not reasonable anymore. Because I'm not really looking to try to hex early game, creatures, Badger Mode Cups. I don't need to have as many early game removal. So I fine-tuned this deck a lot throughout today's games, as you should be doing in the first day on any new set release. But there's a few cards that I still think I need to fine-tune more of as I play through the games today. So I'm feeling a lot of lands. And I'm drawing a lot of lands. I'm feeling that this deck has too many lands, which is not an issue because that's just what Arena sometimes does to us. Some games I draw like 8 lands out of 12 cards, and that's how you lose those games, right? But the lands that we have are not doing enough. So things like Restless Cottage, I think probably has to go. Yeah, we get to exile a card and it makes a food, but it costs too much, and most likely we won't be able to do that against a lot of control decks, and we're facing a lot of control decks. So instead of Restless Cottage here, I think a Fountain Pour would help a lot more, because we need a card draw. And it might be able to ramp us in making treasures. So I would say that you can probably cut the Restless Cottage for a Fountain Pour. Day of Black Sun is another card that I think I want to cut. Like I said in the intro, you can run them as Deadly Cover-Ups, which might be a little bit better. But I will even cut that down to 1, because I think that would be too many Deadly Cover-Ups. So 1 Deadly Cover-Up might be enough. And then I need to have a little bit more early game in terms of interactions. I would like to have Duress, but maybe that's not the best play. A lot of times I feel like I'm not drawing the Duress, I'm drawing Tactics. Even though I have 2 Tactics and 3 Duress, I've got Tactics so often and Duress so little. And I think maybe it's just removing too many of these, maybe having 2 Duress and 1 Tactic, or maybe 3 Duress and 1 Tactic, and then run Cruel Claw's Heist instead. Cruel Claw's Heist. Right, this way we get to look at our opponent's hand and discard whatever card we want. That might be a necessity, unfortunately, for what we have to play. And then Professor Dellian Fel is a good card, but we don't have a way to kind of protect him like we normally would with a control deck. So, because we have so many creatures, a lot of times we just want to bomb in our creatures rather than holding mana up. Maybe we want to go down to 3 Dellian. And yeah, that's basically the adjustments I would make with this deck. I definitely want to keep the Ghost Vacuum because there's so many graveyard decks out there. I definitely want the Ancient Vendetta because naming Jeskai Revelation, I've learned if I see a red mana, just name Jeskai Revelation. Just do it. Every opponent's playing Jeskai Revelation, and you take that card out, their deck doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's how you can win a lot of those games. And Beorn, he draws some cards, so he's not a bad card. And of course, the whole idea of the deck was to focus on Beorn, and I don't dislike Beorn. Is that the best way to say it? I do think a lot of times Beorn was dead in our hand, but the time that we get to play him, we did win on the back of his prowess. So I don't hate this card in the deck. And that's the whole idea, right? The Beorn with the changelings to get an extra draw, and hopefully with the Annex we get even more draw and overwhelm our opponent that way. That was my plan, and perhaps as the meta shapes out more, as people kind of settle into what kind of decks they want to play, we have a better idea about what to fine-tune with this deck. Ancient Vendetta, though, still a very good card in extirpating all of our opponent's win con. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.